Created by Brett. Yeah.
Hey Brett, list some of your best get-well tips for when you're sick like me.
Perfect timing on this question because I'm a little sick myself. I have a sniffle. I've been sneezing and stuff all day today. So, first thing though, not a doctor, don't have a medical degree. My grandfather was a dentist. I have an uncle who's a dentist. Doesn't qualify me to talk about this topic. These are just the things that I do for myself so I get better quicker when I'm sick and have a cold. First thing, vitamin C, a whole lot of vitamin C, and zinc. In fact, I have this drink that sometimes I get. It's a Dole pineapple orange banana drink, and it has a lot of vitamin C and orange juice in it, and I like get a whole quart of it, or half gallon, and I chug it. And it's cold and you get brain freeze, but actually, if you have brain freeze, put your thumb on the roof of your mouth, because the reason you get brain freeze, at least for me, is because the roof of your mouth gets too cold and then that translates into pain somehow. So if you start to get cold, put your warm thumb on the roof of your mouth and it'll go away. Anyway, vitamin C, I'd take like 10,000 milligrams in a day. So it's like 10 big honking pills. And that just is what works for me. Some people probably get diarrhea from that. But then the next thing you gotta do is sleep. You gotta take a nap, you gotta rest, you gotta get a full, 8 or 9 hours of sleep at night and then naps during the day, and you gotta take time off of school or work so that you aren't stressing yourself out and so that you can get the sleep. Plus, you don't wanna be at school or work because you don't wanna be in the same room the whole darn day breathing the same air, because the viruses, I imagine, this is again, not a doctor, this is just how it works for me, the viruses, when you exhale, they go, because that's an airborne disease, I think, you can catch it from somebody sneezing on you, viruses float out. And then you breathe back in. And that just sucks. Brings me to my next point, which is fresh air. Gotta get out of the house, and for me, breathe deeply. Go, and just like a lot of air in and out so that the viruses, if they're like floating around being happy, they're leaving and you're getting fresh air in to replace them. Plus, and this may sound a little crazy, but I like to exercise when I'm sick. Gets the blood pumping, gets the body, active, and probably boosts your immune system and stuff like that. Plus you breathe more so that you get fresh air and the whole thing I said about my guess on how viruses work. And then the last thing I do, because when I get a cold, it often hangs out my nose and then makes its way past my throat into my lungs, and then I get a cough, and then I'll get rid of that, and then it makes its way up through my throat to my nose again, and I'll get sick, which is stupid. So to prevent that, I gargle 2 or 3, 4 times a day with scope or Listerine or something like that, because it kills all the bacteria and viruses in your throat. At least I think it kills viruses. It ought to. I mean, I know it kills bacteria, but I'm not sure about viruses. Anyway, I do it, I gargle, and it prevents it from going from your honker down into your lunguses. But anyway, those are the things that I do when I get a cold, and they help me get better a lot quicker and feel better, so much quicker than if I just sit around and, I'm sick and I'm in bed. So leave me your question down in the thing, and maybe I'll make a video for you answering your question next time.
Please share this vid